You're the villain. You? Mm-hmm. You're the villain. Because the first time you say no, you are the villain. And you've got to be okay with that. Because you may have said yes 1,000 times before. You may have said yes this morning. But the very first time you say no, you will be the villain in their story. And you have to be okay with that. You absolutely have to be okay with that. Because if you constantly show up as the hero in other people's stories, I guarantee you, you're a villain in yours. Every time you say yes to somebody's request and say no to your inner peace, you're a villain in your story. So at some point or the other, you need to get comfortable with being a villain in somebody else's story. Because you cannot constantly keep letting yourself down to be present for others. If being a hero for somebody else means letting yourself down and being a villain in your own story, sweetie, you better start being a villain in their story. Because let's face it, you're not actually the villain. You're just standing up for yourself. You're just finally pushing back. You're finally setting boundaries. You're finally reinforcing those boundaries. And now suddenly, you're the villain. Okay, be the villain. But be a hero for yourself, okay? It's okay to say no. It is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to say anything further. Especially if all you've ever said before was yes. Say it with me. No.